Look, we all know that this was weird. This is weird. I'll say this. That this was like one of these moments where it's like Caitlyn looked kind of done. Caitlyn just looked done with whatever Steph White said to her. This is like a what the fuck's no way. We all know that. And we know the Atlanta Dream went on a 13-0 run. But I tweeted out this and I was like, the Fever were up 5. Caitlin Clark had 19 points, 5 assists with only 2 turnovers from that. And we have something again. I think we need to talk about this because something seriously went wrong in that third quarter. Like, Caitlin was throwing, for lack of a better word, it looked like a Timu version of Kobe in 2006, where everyone was complaining that he shot too much. So he just started passing out of open shots. And, Sophie Cunningham was like being a robot running to a spot, and Caitlin threw the ball off her bench. Kelsey Mitchell, instead of making a cut with her head up, when she was open, she made a cut with her head down running to a spot, and Caitlin just threw the ball at her when she wasn't ready for it. And there was a load of weird passes. There are weird passes where it's like they're on Caitlin because if you are not looking for the ball and your point guard launches the ball to you, your point guard shouldn't do that. But it felt like it was one of these ones where it was like it was a bit of both. It was a bit of like, okay, like the players need to be better, but also Caitlin almost making a point. And you can see it here, obviously, some of the responses. She'd be playing for the loss. Phoenix Mercury traveled to Indianapolis, but a Fever twice on Monday or Wednesday. This is a Phoenix Mercury journalist. I'm like, yeah, fair. If I'm Phoenix Mercury, I'm like, thank God. Oh, we're going to win 2 games in a row. Now, if I'm Nate Tibbetts, I'm like, look, we're going to go 7-12. The Fever are going to be 9-9. We're going to be 2.5 games off them. So all we have to do is be confident because they're about to implode. And yeah, like it's one of these things where it's like, if you were listening, there was a person who was courtside. So I tweeted this out here. Where did this come from? If this is true, CC telling Stephanie White, "See, I'm not being selfish," mean that she stopped shooting is crazy. Apparently, Caitlin Clark didn't. The person who said it said she said it towards the bench, not she said it to Stephanie White. But apparently, yeah, one of the times she got subbed off, she just threw her hands to the arms to heaven and said, "See." Like it is a bad one. And then the person obviously who tweeted it out couldn't see who it was said to being like, she definitely looked like said not being selfish and threw her hands up like, what do you want? And everyone being like, oh, this person wasn't there. They were courtside. So like what? The Fever bench is here. It's on this side. So like she's what? 30 feet from the Fever bench. So yeah, this isn't, like, again, I don't know how true any of this is because obviously this is just this is just something from someone who said they were at the game or from someone who was at the game and it wasn't caught on camera, but something happened. Explains all the overpassing, if there's any truth, but if it does, it's weird. But like, again, we're not reporting on this as facts, but we have to report on the fact that like something happened today. Something happened. Like Caitlin Clark, I've never seen her checked out of a game before. Like mentally just checked out of a game. Like I watched her play quite a lot at Iowa. I've watched Caitlin Clark play for all these years. Like I watched Caitlin Clark drop 3 points against the New York Liberty, and she was not checked out of the game. I watched the eardrum game where she burst her eardrum, I think, halfway through the second quarter and couldn't hit a shot. Like, we watched that. She wasn't checked out. There's Caitlin Clark has had, and like, by the way, this was not even in the stratosphere of Caitlin Clark's worst games. This, like, we talked about this game today, and it was probably the worst quarter of her career, but you also have a caveat in saying she might have had the best quarter of her career in the first quarter. So, like, I think Caitlin Clark probably had, by her standards, Like, I think she probably had like a C plus B minus game. Um, Definitely not a masterclass by any means, but like I don't think Caitlin, you're faulting Caitlin for the loss there. Like again, it's one of those ones where just like they're down 30, they're down 30 early. If it's not for Caitlin Clark just going nuclear, I think there are flaws with Caitlin. I don't think she was great today, but again, it's one of those things where like not that this is guaranteed to happen, but like, would this surprise anybody? Something happened to make Caitlin Clark mentally just check out of the game in a way that we've never seen her do it before. And like, I'm sorry, like we saw like 30 for 30 and the Fever's going to hit like crack, and it makes sense. Why she just start chucking the ball at people to get passes that return to turnovers. Fever Rise and told a story in his live stream, someone who was courtside. And like, again, followed people in the circle. It's like, I don't see the reason to bring this up in general. But it's very clear from the game that in the first quarter, Caitlin was going nuclear and she had 1 assist in the first quarter. And then the second quarter, it was like, Kelsey Mitchell's going to score now. It feels like the Indiana Fever's goal is try to get everyone their points. Like, and I don't get it. Like, because their offense is ISO offense. It's exclusive ISO offense. Your turn, my turn. It is a case where it's like, okay, yeah, Caitlin, you had your first quarter. The second quarter is not yours. The second quarter is like, that's Kelsey's quarter. The first quarter is your quarter, Caitlin. Second quarter is Kelsey's quarter. And I'm like, it just doesn't feel like this is how a winning team is supposed to be. It doesn't feel like this is winning ball. Like, it doesn't feel like this is a tactic that's going to win. It feels like the Indiana Fever are more worried and are more like focused on whether or not Kelsey Mitchell is happy with her shots. And then what ends up happening is when Caitlin Clark's going off in iso ball, Kelsey Mitchell doesn't touch the ball. And then Kelsey Mitchell's hot and Caitlin Clark's pissed off. Like, I don't know if what happened during the game or if what happened at halftime. But this is immediately in the second half where Caitlin's just like done with it. She checked out. She checked out of this game. Like, this is people are saying, oh yeah, like Caitlin Clark's loves Steph. This doesn't look like Caitlin Clark was playing for her team. And that's on Caitlin. That's on Caitlin. Like, people are saying like, oh, this is the teammate's fault. No. Like, it doesn't matter how shit your teammates are. If you quit on your team, that is on you. It looked like Caitlin Clark quit on her team. And or the opposite. The team might have quit on Caitlin. Like, there's a world where I don't know what happened. I don't know if the team have quit on Steph. I don't know if the team have quit on Caitlin. I don't know if Caitlin's quit on Steph. I don't know. I really, really don't know what's going on here. And the problem is that Zubalation's already happened. They're not going back to Zubalation. Which is unfortunate. But Caitlin Clark had 19, 5 assists and 2 turnovers at this point in the game. Whatever the fuck happened here, just destroyed Caitlin. It destroyed the Fever. And look, even if Caitlin Clark has quit, even if the team has quit on Caitlin Clark, they fucking need Caitlin. They need Caitlin. They're not winning shit without her. If she's on the roster, that is. But like, we're now at a stage where, like, Caitlin, you're not going to cut Caitlin Clark, but like, you can't afford to give Caitlin Clark a supermax. Like, Breanna is the only maxed up guard in the league. Point guard in the league. And if you're saying Breanna's not even playing point guard, because Astia has played there a little bit. If you don't consider Breanna Ionescu a point guard, there is no current point guards making max money. So yeah, like I wonder what happened, but like this could be the end. This could be the end of Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White. Very well could be the end. Anyway, see you guys.